Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 45 of the Pichu London Cup Series. Today we are at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Ambetter Health 400. It is the anticipated arrival of the new reconfiguration of Atlanta Motor Speedway. You're going to see some super speedway style racing here today at the newly reconfigured racetrack. It's the first time the PLCS will be running at the new config here at Atlanta, and we're so excited to see this track once again in a new look. This track will also be the host of the series finale later in the year to determine our Season 45 champion. So a bit of a preview of what's to come for our season finale here at this track as we start off with the first of two races in Atlanta in this season, and it's going to be a lot of fun. This will be their first test at the new reconfiguration. On the pole for the race is the 31 of Draven Sand. Alongside him is the 23 of Connor Breton. Row 2 will have Richard Morphy and Rafael Meka. And row 3 is JP Lataro and Cassie Reynolds. Row 4 with Alexander Rowe and Colin Cropley. And Quinn Porter and Avi Sachs make up the rest of the top 10. Here are the other drivers lining up in the rest of the field in this race, and two part-time entries are competing in this race today. The first is Dylan Ebrahimian, who last time we saw him, he was a runner-up at Auto Club Speedway and is now looking to win and surprise everybody by taking a victory in a part-time role. He's got a lot of promise. Quinn Moore was winner last weekend at Phoenix, and he is starting in the back of the pack in the 34 today. And the last open driver this race is LG Lataro, the brother of JP Lataro, as he's running on super speedways throughout the season. And LG is making his first start here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, not his first start in the series, but first start here at Atlanta. It's a super speedway, so LG is back and he'll be running in the 62 this season. Pace car will come down to pit road as we're about to get the green flag here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the green flag waves for Draven Sand on the pole as he will lead the field down to the green at Atlanta. We're underway. Already some side-by-side racing, very competitive racing right off the bat. Oh, Rafael Meka nearly turned there. He nearly got spun out, but he saves it and is going for the lead. And there he goes, takes the lead. Here comes the 16 though, Cassie Reynolds. He's going to try to take it away. And the Reynolds leads the first lap of the race. Wow, first lap goes to Cassie Reynolds. Our first caution comes out though of the race as Allison Rain has spun in turn 1 with Isaac Perdomo and James Richardson both from the same team. And they're racing back to the line as Reynolds is going to lead the field down to the caution. See if they don't wreck each other here when we come back to the stripe. And it looks like they're not going to wreck each other out for now. A lot of smoke as you saw in turn 1. Oh man, car's in the wall. What is going on with Quinn Porter? He got into the wall there after he took the caution flag. Not sure if he was trying to brake or whatever, but he got into the wall there. But hopefully he doesn't get a lot of damage from that. Let's take a look at what brought the caution out in the first lap. Or the second lap, I should say. Alright, 3-wide battle, as you can see from the distance. Oh, it was almost 4 wide there. Look at that. And there's the spin with Allison Rain going around, and teammate in the 24 car goes spinning as well. Cars are wrecking in turn number 1. They're all spinning and crashing. The 43 spins, they're crashing, they're wrecking. A handful of cars involved, and the 2 cars from RFK Racing both are tangled up with James Richardson and Isaac Perdomo. The 24 I mentioned is Austin Stitzel, and the 43 of Claire Richardson is also involved in the wreckage. That's our first caution of the race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Any drivers to pit road? Probably, maybe not. It's early in the race, so they're going to stay out for now as we're back to the green flag here at Atlanta. In the second place, it's Casey Hoyt in the 47 over Avi Sachs. The 16 gets off to a good start. And here comes Hoyt going down low for the lead, for the race lead. Can he take the lead away from the 16? Sorry, there was a little bit of a technical glitch there, but yeah, I'll get that fixed as soon as possible. Anyway, the 16 car takes the lead, well, retains the lead, and now second place goes to Avi Sachs. I think the caution's out again. It is out again. The caution has flown once more. LJ Lataro, as among the drivers that have wrecked out, and Allison Rain gets into another crash. A tough day for her in the 48 car as she gets tangled up once again to bring out the second caution of the race. And the 16 of Reynolds is in the lead. Let's take a look at what happened to Allison Rain and the other cars that have crashed out here on lap number 9. Alright, this is what brought the caution out for the second time today. As you see, the 42 Garrett Albertson tangled up with Samet Oskan, and the 7 of Mitch Barrier, and Nathan Ormond was among those that were hit in the same corner. That's the same turn where the first wreck happened. And many cars involved also spinning, as the 3 is also damaged. And the 48, where is the 48? And she's right in the middle of it, right here. So, bad wreck here, and there you go. 48 spins around. Huge crash brought out the second caution of the race. Many drivers involved as we get back to the on track and see who's going to be coming down on this lap. If there's anybody coming down on this lap, and let's see. Looks like a couple cars are coming down on this lap, but the leaders are going to stay put for now. Leaders stay put for now as we're going to get back to the green flag here on lap 14. At Atlanta. So here we go back to the green flag at Atlanta with Cassie Reynolds out in front. Avi Sachs retains second position as Reynolds again is off to a rockin' start in that 16 entry. Number 21 of Robert Smith goes to second place now. There he goes into second as the 21 takes this position away from Avi Sachs. Gets some drafting help from JP Lataro. And for the first time in this race, nobody has wrecked out of turn 1, so that's good. Here's the battle for the lead now. Here comes the 10. That is JP Lataro. He's going to take it away from Cassie Reynolds. And Lautaro is going to be your new leader here in this race. Number 2, Mitch Barrier, is going for the 3rd position. I said Mitch Barrier was in the 7. That was my mistake. The 7 car was actually driven by Alexander Rowe. Here comes the 45 car, Quinn Porter, into the top 5 now, and with a daring move down 3 wide, trying to get in, trying to make a move here. Nilson Herrera down low. Oh man, they're getting loose now. They're trying to avoid the wall. I think another caution's out, and yes, the 3rd caution is out. And Allison Rain has wrecked out for the 3rd time. Oh man, a miserable day for the 48 team, as the 48 gets involved in another crash. Wow. It was a close battle down the line. It looks like they're going to give it to Cassie Reynolds, though. Racing to the line. It was close between those 2 cars, Lautaro and Reynolds. And Reynolds was able to get the lead under caution. A wreck fest in Atlanta already, and Allison Rain was involved in all 3 instances. Oh my, wow, that 48 has not had a great day at all. Alright. Let's take a look at what happened here. As Connor Breen, it looks like he was dragged down by Ronald Maravilla down to the apron. And then Breton went up and into the 8 car of Logan Nieto. And Breen goes flipping and flying. And then you're going to see where the 48 gets involved in this. Lautaro was hit, LJ Lautaro, and there's the 48 car as she gets hit by Connor Breton. 3rd time she's involved in a wreck in this race, and looks like she might be done for the day. And Allison Rain might be out of this race after being involved in 3 straight incidents on track. So back to the race here, as Cassie Reynolds has taken the lead away from JP Lautaro. The 2 were battling, racing to the caution. It was close, very close, but the 16 was able to edge out the number 10 when the caution came out. So the 16 is going to retain the lead. Three cautions already, and we're like a quarter of the race done. My goodness. What a wreckfest is turning out to be here at Atlanta Motor Speedways. We're back to the green. That was real quick for me to sim through that, but at least we're back to green. Zachary Fitzwater in the 2nd spot. Got no drafting help though, so he's going to have to do this on his own. He's going to have to make a move on his teammate without anybody drafting him from the back. Oh man, Dylan Abrahamian gets into the wall, and he is avoiding himself from spinning, but he gets into the wall in turn 1. And yellow will come out. I think somebody did spin, as the 44 is into the wall in turn 1 and was trying to get to the top 5, and he gets into the wall and brings out the caution. And Reynolds will lead back to the yellow flag, and Dylan Abrahamian, a tough break for him, as he gets loose and loses a lot and brings out the caution for the 4th time today, as he was about to spin. And it looked like he probably did spin a bit, but the caution came out for the 44. And there you see right here, the 5 of Avi Sachs was the one that got into the 44 that nearly caused him to spin. It looked like he did not spin fully, but I think with a slow speed in the turn like that, I guess the caution was brought out. So there's another look at the 44 as he nearly gets turned by Avi Sachs, and then he gets into the 31 Draven Sand, and he gets up into the wall as he just could not avoid the contact with the 2 other drivers. And my goodness, that was a wild ride for the 44 car. It was going for the top 10 position until he hit the wall, and lost a lot of ground and brought out the cautions. So tough break for that 44 team. And now pit stops, and the 16 gets entangled up and lost the battle off pit road as Mitch Barrier gets out of pit road first. Wow, I mean, I almost missed it right there. And there you see, leaders were coming to pit road at this time, and the 16 gets out, and Rafael Meka gets in the way of the 16. I'm not sure what that was about, but the 16 will lose the lead, I believe, and Mitch Barrier is going to be our new leader. Wow, that's crazy. A crazy race so far at the newly repaved Atlanta, and it's nothing. Has had a lot of twists here today. We're going back to green, and Mitch Barrier is in front of the pack. 3 stored Haas cars are in the top 5, which is a phenomenal day so far for the team. But one of them is looking to get a win and get on the board in the play and to get in that spot in the playoffs. "16 looks low, might try to pull off a comeback as Draven Sand gets into the apron, and he's nearly turned by Casey Hoyt, and he's able to save it and continue on. New leader's Cassie Reynolds. He was able to work his way back up to the front after that little pit road miscue during the caution, and now the 16 gets back in the lead. See if Barrier's going to fight back. It looks like he will. Yes, he will. Mitch Barrier fights back. He takes the lead. He once again will be in the lead in the 2 car as Barrier is trying to get on the board to win this race. Zachary Fitzwater second right now. And Fitzwater has been trying to get that championship, but he needs to win first to have a shot at that title, at that elusive championship. Mitch Barrier, though, is also trying to win a championship. Here comes Casey Hoyt down the bottom. Oh, it looked like he was a little nudgy on the 4 car there. Oh, man, they're getting tight. No room for error here at this point. Matthew Buss, the other stored Haas car entry, is in contention now in the top 10. 3 wide now, they're behind them. As Barrier hangs on to the race lead. And now the 47 goes for the second position. Casey Hoyt is going for second. He might try to get the lead right here. In the lead, and now Barrier better watch out because Casey Hoyt's right behind him. 41 goes down low, 4 goes up high. Who's got the better run? Here we go for the lead. Casey Hoyt goes for it against the 2 Mitch Barrier. Takes the lead away from the 2, and now the 47 is your new leader. And right on time, too, the caution flag has waved. For the 5th time this race, are they going to race it back? It doesn't look like they're going to race it back, so Hoyt will have the lead under caution. It looks like Garrett Albertson got tangled up. And he was one of the drivers that got tangled up, but the main driver that brought the caution out was, I believe, I should say 2 drivers that brought the caution out were the 20 of Maxwell Smart and the 45 Quinn Porter. 4 wide was just too much for these drivers to handle, as you saw earlier from previous cautions, and the 45 tangles with Avi Sachs and Maxwell Smart as they both spin, entering the start-finish line. Avi Sachs was among the drivers involved as well, as he has hit 2, and the 7 car has also had some contact, and so has Rafael Meka, also involved in the wreckage. A big crash here in turn 1, and there was Albertson, as that's how he got involved in the wreckage, as he also spun out 2 as well. And just in time, Casey Hoyt took the lead from the 2 car, just as the caution had waved, and he will be leading us back to the restart. Almost halfway here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The fun has just begun as the green flag waves back again. For the lead, Mitch Bear's got a good jump. Can he get the lead away from the 47? Trying to clear him, and he does clear him. And now Matthew Buss into second place, maybe. We'll see if he gets to second. And there's Quentin Moore, by the way. Quentin Moore in the middle of the top 5 pack. He's looking to go back-to-back here after winning at Phoenix last weekend. Casey Hoyt in the lead now with Mitch Barrier on the high line. And now the 34 goes to second place. Mitch Barrier in front as cars are getting loose, nearly turned there, on the back especially. There's a lot of cautions, a lot of wreckages, a lot of wreckage here today. Into second place is Quinn Moore. Now he's going for the lead now. Is Draven Sand going to draft behind him? One car in the wall. Car went up in the wall, but is able to continue. And now here comes Mitch Barrier. Can he take the lead from Casey Hoyt? And he will. He will retake the lead as we reach the midway point of the race. And the 2 car in front. 41 car goes for 3rd position. And Nilson Herrera's in the 51. He's going for a top 5. Zachary Fitzwater stands behind his teammate. Maybe they'll try to draft each other. Maybe they'll try to go to the front. Or probably not. Fitzwater's just going to go to the bottom lane. He's going to try to make the best of it. Casey Hoyt goes for the lead again. And Quinn Moore right behind him. Quinn Moore's going for back-to-back wins here to start the season. The two drivers from Colleague are in the top 6 right now, with Draven Sand and Cassie Reynolds. Think they might want to work together and try to draft each other and maybe try to go to the front. But I think Sand is going to stick with the top line, and Reynolds is going to go to the bottom lane. 41 looks a little bit too close to the wall there. We saw a car go up in the wall because he was too close up high. And 47 takes the lead. Three-wide battle. Oh, car spinning! Car is spun in turn 1. Car is flipped around, and that's Isaac Perdomo. He goes around. One car is upside down. The 77, that is Ronald Maravilla. As he goes upside down, the caution is out. Oh my goodness. Big crash there. Brought out the yellow flag. And we'll take a look at what happened and what brought the caution out. I just saw the 17 getting turned around and entering turn 4. There it is right here. Marvilla contact with the 17. And he goes flipping. There he goes. Down the start-finish line upside down. Perdomo, Samad Askan among the drivers involved. Hard hit by the 77 car. And I think Aiden Bigelow was also caught up in the wreckage. And he goes upside down. No, he doesn't go upside down. The 77 does. Alexander Rowe, Marvilla's teammate, was also among the drivers in the wreckage. And that's what brought the 5th caution out of this race here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. A fun race. We had some green flag runs and some wrecks back and forth. It's been a fight down to the front of the pack. And we have a car up in smoke. That is Draven Sand. As the car goes up in smoke, it looks like Draven's day is done. Oh my goodness. He was running in the 4th position. And then during the caution period, the car blows up. And looks like the 31 is done for the day. How unfortunate, as the 31 was one of the front runners in this race. And looks like that 31 car is going to have to pack it up and head home. Casey Hoyt will retain the lead as we are back under green, almost 30 laps to go. Mitch Berry just took the lead, by the way, while we were away. Billy Bishop into the second spot. Zach Fitzwater in the wall as JP Lataro spins, and so is Matthew Buss. Another crash as Dylan Eberimian, the big one, is struck in turn 3. Racing back to the line, Mitch Berrier leads to the caution. As we saw another wreckage, I believe the biggest wreck we've had so far of this race. It took out some many big time competitors out of the top 10. Wow. Fitzwater went up into the wall. I mean, the 4 car was in the wall, but the 10 car was hit, I believe, by Matt Hunter. Matt Hunter got into the 10 car, and he goes for a spin. And the 43, Claire Richardson, was among the drivers involved as well. But it doesn't stop there, as the 21 and 41 tangle up and piles up all the other drivers with them. Oh boy, what a crazy race this has been. Right there, Hunter got into the 10, and then Hunter gets right into the 41. 41 try to continue at least, but he gets hit from behind. They spin out. Big crash. The big one is struck here in Atlanta. Biggest wreck of the day so far. Many cars involved. And racing back, Mitch Berrier is your leader. What a wreck fest we're having here at Atlanta. As we go back to green, Casey Hoyt retains the lead right now on lap 55. And we'll see if he can hold on for the win. Billy Bishop comes out of nowhere. He is in 3rd position. He's going for 2nd place. What a comeback for the 15 team. And now Bishop's going for the lead. Will he try to cap off a comeback with a win? 34 goes into the 4th position. Quentin Moore. Quentin Moore goes to the 4th position. And Billy Bishop takes the lead. What a run for the 15 car. He is out in front. Casey Hoyt and Mitch Berry battle for 2nd, and 3rd place is Quinn Moore. Here we go, up into turn 1. Casey Hoyt versus the 15 of Billy Bishop, and Bishop's still able to keep his line. He's able to continue and keep on running. 51 goes into the bottom lane as he's going to go for the position here to get in the top 5. A lot of wrecks going on so far at Atlanta. Back and forth with these drivers running on this newly reconfigured track. One of them trying to be the first winner at this newly reconfigured Atlanta. There's going to be a lot of wrecks here for the championship race, so it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a very fun race to watch. The championship race will be a lot of fun to watch. One car to the bottom. Into 4th. 47. Now in 3rd place. Here comes Berrier for the lead. We'll see if Mitch Berrier can take the lead away from the 47 of the 15 of Billy Bishop. Cars are starting to pull away. 15 car hanging on to the lead as he has been out in front since he made a huge come from behind run. He's been able to dodge all the wreckage and is able to take the lead away in Atlanta. And now the 1 car of Richard Morphy goes to the top 5 now. He's now 5th position. Is trying to get it from Nelson Herrera. Oh boy, going down the bottom lane. He's going to try to get there. Sixth car right now trying to make a comeback. James Richardson. He was tangled up in that first caution, and now he's worked his way back up to a top 5 spot. Wow, the 6 cars made a huge comeback from being tangled up in that first caution. He's now trying to go for a top 5. Less than 20 to go for Billy Bishop. Mitch Barrier, Casey Hoyt also behind him, and they're trying to battle out to get their spot in the playoffs. One of these 3 looking to add their name to the winners list. Richard Morphy has worked his way up to 4th. Watch out, the 1 car is approaching the top 3, along with Nilson Herrera. And I believe these 2 drivers are looking for their first win in the PLCS, and they're looking to get it here at Atlanta. Battle for second, Casey Hoyt takes it. Casey Hoyt, I believe, was one of the winners at Talladega. I mean, he started last place on pit road, and then worked his way up to win at Talladega in one of the biggest upsets, or I believe it is the biggest upset in the series history. 31 holds up to 15, and Barry goes to the bottom. Draven Sand holds up the 15 of Bishop, and now the 2 goes for the lead. 31 is holding up the 47 of Casey Hoyt. Barrier takes it from the 15 car. A crash! Sand gets turned around by Casey Hoyt, who just couldn't wait to get by the lap traffic and took out the 31. Bring out the caution. Oh my goodness. Lap car just came out of nowhere and, well, caused chaos as Mitch Barrier leads to the caution flag. And I believe that Richard Morphy took 2nd place at the caution. Okay, let's take a look at the sequence right here. Let's see what happened exactly when they approached Draven's when the leaders approached the lap traffic. There's Draven Sand down a lap, and he holds up Billy Bishop, forces up high. That allowed Mitch Barrier to catch up to the 15 and overtake him for the lead. And then moments later into turn 1, Hoyt gets held up by the 31, and he was like, nah, I'm going to win this race. And he goes to the bottom, spins out the 31, but he gets caught up into the 31's wreckage in doing so. And then a pileup endures, and now the 47 is out of contention to win this race. Wow. Drama here in the final laps in Atlanta caused by lap traffic. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of drama here at this track, and definitely a preview of what's to come for the championship race later this season when we come back to this racetrack and we'll be determining who will be your champion. Oh man, can't wait for that one. Gonna go back to the green next time by. 12 laps to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and remember, there is no overtime, so they will run exactly to 80 laps even if they have to end the race under caution. There will be no more laps added to that. There's no overtime whatever, so this will be for the race right here. Here we go to the green as Mitch Barrier takes the lead. So far, so good for Mitch Barrier. And I believe Mitch Barrier has not won a race in the PLCS, so he would love to get his first win here today. Neither has Richard Morphy. But Billy Bishop goes for the lead now as we approach 11 laps to go. Bishop in front right now. Billy Bishop looking to get back in the playoffs with a race win in that 15 machine. His teammate right behind him, Nilson Herrera, is 4th. Here comes Quinn Moore, though, 4th position. Coming to 10 laps to go as Quinn Moore also trying to get a win here in Atlanta. Here comes the one, Richard Morphy. Richard Morphy looks to the low side as he's going for the lead. 15 up on the wall. Can he get the grip, though? Can he try to pull ahead and get the draft from the 2? The 2 drafts to 15 and is able to stay in the lead. Not sure if lap traffic will be a factor in these final laps. We'll have to wait and see. 9 laps to go. Billy Bishop in front. He was able to hold off Richard Murphy for now and the lead other drivers in the pack, but we'll see if he can hold on these final 10 laps. 51 Nilsson Herrera goes to the bottom. Maybe trying to help out a teammate right here to try to win this race. See if he'll try to help out a teammate down to the top line. 8 laps to go at Atlanta. 8 more laps around Atlanta Motor Speedway. 15 Billy Bishop. I don't know why I said Connor Breen. I just saw it on the ticker, I guess. I saw his name on the ticker and got a little distracted there. But 15 of Billy Bishop hangs on to the lead. 7 laps to go at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Logan Nieto in the top 5 goes to the bottom lane with Quentin Moore trying to pass him. Moore's going to try to hold him off, and he does for now as the 51 goes to the bottom. These final couple laps in Atlanta, we'll see if Bishop can hold on. Next time by, there'll be 6 laps to go for the 15 team, as they're doing a great job holding off, as the drivers are just not close enough to make an impact, to make a move. Mitch Barrier, he has not won in the PLCS. He is looking to get a win here at this track in Atlanta. And Nilsson Herrera goes to the bottom. See if he can get by Logan Nieto into turn 1. Just can't quite make the pass. And now the 4 car goes to the high line. He's going to try to take the position away from the 51 team. I think Richard Murphy might be a little closer to that 1 car trying to get the draft. See if the draft will be enough for him to get by. Trying to push along here, trying to make a move in these final laps at Atlanta Motor Speedway. There will be 4 laps to go. 4 to go at Atlanta. Billy Bishop hanging on right now for the lead. As Mitch Barrier is trying to catch the 15, but he's got no drafting help really. And he all he could do is hope that the 15 makes a mistake. 3 laps to go. Atlanta Motor Speedway coming up. Quentin Moore to the bottom as he's trying to pass the 1 of Richard Murphy. And it looks like the 1 of Murphy's able to keep that 3rd place spot for now, as that top line is showing its groove now. The top line is being the dominant line here at Atlanta. 2 laps to go for Billy Bishop. Still green, by the way, still under green. Billy Bishop in front. We didn't see him until near the halfway point of the race. And he has now worked his way up to the front once again. What a comeback, man. I mean, he was down like in the middle, and now he is just a lap and a half away from victory at Atlanta. Last time Billy Bishop won was at a super speedway at Zen Joltis. His last 2 wins came at super speedways in season 35 and 37. White flag 1 to go for Billy Bishop at Atlanta. Know a thing or two about super speedways. His last 2 victories came at them at Zen Joltis in 35 and 37. Billy Bishop looking for lucky number 7 in terms of wins in the PLCS. Final corner. 15 car able to hold off the 2. Here comes Billy Bishop. He's going to take the checkers in the Ambetter Health 400 at Atlanta. And that'll do it here from Atlanta. Let's take a look at the results from the Atlanta Motor Speedway event. And there you see all the drivers retiring from the wreck fest we had at this racetrack. 27 were able to make it through, and a handful of cars, unfortunately, did not make it to the end of the race. So there you see the field, how they finished here in today's race at Atlanta. So Billy Bishop is your winner at Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll see you guys next weekend, and we will be at Circuit of the Americas. So it'll be a road course test, and I believe it'll be the first road course event of the season for the PLCS. So you don't want to miss the Texas Grand Prix, as that's next weekend's race, and that'll be a fun one to watch. So hope you guys will tune into that race. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy racing videos like this one. And more races to come, definitely, from this season. Hope you enjoyed our race, and we will see you guys next time.